Welcome to my little writing room. I am Jane Austen, and this is Miss Emma Woodhouse, though I must say she's given me considerable trouble over the years.
Miss Austen is far too modest. She created me to be troublesome, I believe, though I have learned much from our association.
Indeed. You see, I wanted to write about a heroine whom no one but myself would much like. Emma begins as handsome, clever, and rich, but also spoiled, often cruel, and quite wrong about nearly everything.
I confess, I was rather insufferable. I meddled in others' affairs, thinking myself superior in understanding. I hurt dear Harriet Smith terribly with my matchmaking schemes, and was positively rude to Miss Bates at Box Hill.
But that is precisely why Emma matters. Most novels of my time featured perfect heroines, paragons of virtue who never made real mistakes. I found this rather tiresome, you know.
Miss Austen believed that truly interesting people are flawed. She showed that a woman could be intelligent and independent, yet still make dreadful errors in judgment. The key is learning from them.
Exactly so. Through Emma, I explored something quite revolutionary. The idea that women's inner lives are complex and worthy of serious literary attention. Her thoughts, her self-deceptions, her gradual awakening to her own faults. This was new territory.
I spent most of the novel believing I understood everyone around me better than they understood themselves. How wrong I was! Mr. Knightley saw my faults clearly, but loved me enough to help me recognise them.
And there lies another innovation. Emma marries not to escape poverty or gain status, but because she finds an intellectual equal who challenges her to become better. Their relationship is based on mutual respect and genuine affection.
Though I declared I should never marry, I thought myself quite above such concerns. But I learned that independence need not mean isolation, and that the right partnership can enhance rather than diminish one's sense of self.
You see, I was writing during a time when women had precious few options. Marriage or spinsterhood, essentially. But through my heroines, I explored the possibility that women might have agency in their choices, that they might think, feel, and decide for themselves.
Miss Austen also used wit as a weapon, you know. Her irony cuts through social pretension like a blade. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. Such delicious mockery of social assumptions.
I found that humour could reveal truths that direct criticism might not. By satirising the marriage market, the class system, and social climbing, I could comment on the absurdities of my world while entertaining my readers.
What fascinates me is how Miss Austen wrote about domestic life, drawing rooms, tea parties, social calls, and made them as dramatically compelling as any adventure story. She proved that women's daily experiences were worthy of serious literary attention.
The drawing room can be as fraught with tension and revelation as any battlefield. A poorly chosen word at a social gathering can destroy reputations. The stakes in these social interactions are quite real, particularly for women whose entire futures depend on making good marriages.
I learned this lesson painfully. My thoughtless comment to Miss Bates revealed not just bad manners, but a failure of empathy that shocked me about myself. Such moments of self-recognition, they transform us, do they not?
Indeed. I wanted to show that true growth comes from honest self-examination. Emma's journey from self-satisfaction to self-awareness mirrors what we all must do, recognise our faults, and strive to overcome them.
Miss Austen also gave me something many heroines lacked, real intelligence. I may have misused it initially, but I was allowed to think, to analyse, to form opinions. Even when wrong, I was permitted to be intellectually active.
Women's minds are every bit as capable as men's, yet literature rarely reflected this. I wanted to create heroines who were thinking beings, not merely beautiful objects or moral examples.
And see how our stories endure. Modern readers still recognise the social types we portrayed. The social climber, the fortune hunter, the meddling friend. Human nature remains remarkably consistent, doesn't it?
That is, perhaps, my greatest pride, that by observing the particular manners of my time and place, I captured something universal about human behaviour. Love, vanity, self-deception, growth. These are timeless themes.
We showed that ordinary people living ordinary lives could be the subjects of great literature. One need not slay dragons or inherit kingdoms to have a story worth telling.
Precisely. The human heart and its complexities, there lies the greatest drama of all.